And I do understand why Ruben Amorim's done that today with the players he's got, because he hasn't got the players to adapt. They need 5 new players, Manchester United, straight away before you even think about the rest of it. The 3 up front are not good enough. The 2 behind and the 1 and the 2 wing backs, they're not good enough. So they need 5 players. They need to serve him with 5 players who are good enough in this system to be able to play his system the way he wants. But the game today really was quite depressing for me, because I think we're seeing a lot of these types of games.
We'll get back to Gary in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if something is on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please put it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, Gary Neville has a little rant here, and quite frankly, the Big D agrees with pretty much half of what he says anyway. But he also talks about what Ruben Amorim needs in order to be successful next season, and it's quite dramatic. The Big D is not sure if he agrees, but we'll see. Anyway, stick around for after the clip, because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on what Gary had to say. Here's Gary.
That's interesting, isn't it? Gary Neville has rejoined us. They don't have that feeling to win every game at home right now. What do you make of that?
I sort of know what he's saying by the fact that obviously when they play against City, they're probably worried before they go into a game against Lyon in midweek that they're going to get a bit of a doing. But I don't think there was one player walked off that pitch at the end that was disappointed about drawing the game 0-0.
From either side?
From either side. I think they all sort of walked off thinking, we're okay here, and got away without making a mistake. I think that was the sort of type of game. It was really disappointing. And I apologise for my cold commentary, actually. I think I let it get to me. I was boring on there as well. That was drab as well. It honestly, just the whole game. There's part of me, I get what he's saying about it being that point in the season, about City United are in a difficult moment, but this robotic nature of not leaving our positions, of basically being micromanaged within an inch of our lives, of not having any freedom to take a risk to go and try and win a football match, is becoming it's becoming an illness in the game. It's becoming a disease in the game. And I think ultimately, think about Pep Guardiola and his teams over the last 10 years, that's what his teams do. But we're seeing poor imitations of that across the board now. You know, United's goalkeeper rolling his foot on the ball and waiting for things to happen. That's not it. That's not what this club is. That's not what we do here. You know, Liverpool don't do that. You've got to be a top team with tempo in your play, rhythm in your play, get the ball moving, shift it quickly. And also, I think from a United perspective, I get why he's gone deep. I get why he's gone back into a sort of, like he called it, a low block. But that's what we've seen from Jose Mourinho. It's what we've seen from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's what we've seen from Erik ten Hag. They've all come in with the intention of playing high press, high energy football, but all end up going back to a low block in big games. And I do understand why Ruben Amorim's done that today with the players he's got, because he hasn't got the players to adapt. They need 5 new players, Manchester United, straight away before you even think about the rest of it. The 3 up front are not good enough. The 2 behind and the 1 and the 2 wing backs, they're not good enough. So they need 5 players. They need to serve him with 5 players who are good enough in this system to be able to play his system the way he wants. But the game today really was quite depressing for me, because I think we're seeing a lot of these types of games. And the Premier League is about excitement, it's about thrill, it's about risk. And there was nothing like that in that game, so that's not good enough.
But just on Manchester United, Gary, he said there, candidly again, we need to do everything, we need to improve everything. Oh, no, but also he's in a rush.
But he's very honest.
So something got to give.
I actually think he's really honest, because he says they need to improve everything. You know, and to be fair, Patrick came in with something along the lines of, there's too much to even sort of list. But he is in a rush. He's realistic. I actually think his interviews are really honest. I think they're really open. He hasn't got time.
But has he got to shift the balance a little bit in terms of results then?
But what he's saying is at this moment in time is what we're seeing. He's not lying to us. He's not bullying us like some managers do, to be fair to him. He's saying it's not very good. We've got so much to improve. And by the way, I haven't got a lot of time to improve it, or else you'll sack me. I think he's telling us the truth, because next season, if we're in 13th at Manchester United or in the lower half of the table, he's had 12 to 18 months to try and get the players in place, and he is where he is today. He'll be under pressure, and he knows that. I think he's actually, to be fair, being really open and honest about things, and I think he's telling us the truth.
Big D 100% agrees with Gary Neville with regards to this game management tippy-tappy nonsense. Now, I said this on the last video that I did. I went into a little bit of detail, so I'm not going to stick around on this point for too long, but I will reiterate, yes, these players, they seem to forget that they are in the Premier League. In fact, they seem to forget that they're playing football. They are playing football. And they are playing, and people are paying to watch them play. Now, people are not going to pay to watch them play for too long if they are playing a boring game. They need to entertain. As Maximus says in Gladiator, are you not entertained? No, we're bloody not. So bloody do something. Anyway, that's all the Big D has to say about that. Anyway, I don't think this team needs 5 players, necessarily. Not 5, I think 3, and this team dramatically improves. There's got to be the 3 right players, of course, because, you know, you go through that team. The Big D is just thinking about this for a second. Bear with the Big D. And the Big D is talking in the third person. Yeah, okay. I do take Gary Neville's point. Maybe the team does need 5 new players. Because I would say we need a new goalie. I think the defence is fine. For now, anyway, because we've got Lenny Yoro and Aidan Heaven. They're coming into their own a little bit. So I think we're all right there. And Delic's class. And we'll get Martinez back. So we'll be all right there. Wing back. So we've just bought a wing back in Dorgu. He's good. Dallet's good enough moving forward. So we don't have to, go all out for a wing back unless someone lands on our lap. So goalie. Do we need a central midfielder? Maybe. Just to pad out the squad a little bit, perhaps. Do we need a creative attacking midfielder? Gone then. Yeah, fine. And we definitely need a striker. So I would say 4. If we can get 5, fair enough. But to be fair, I reckon 3 would... I reckon 3 is minimum. We definitely need a goal scorer. That is priority number 1, whether it's Osimhen, Vlahovic, Gyökeres, or, hey, who knows? What about Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan? I mean, maybe he wants a big move because he's a good player and, he would suit this team. He's a pressing forward, so he'd score goals and he's Argentinian and Argentinians tend to do well at Manchester United. So, why is he not getting mentioned? Perhaps because they probably charge 150 million, who knows? But yeah, he would be a good signing for Man United, I think. So maybe 4. But again, the United pundits, they're very pessimistic. Very pessimistic. And the Big D is always optimistic, almost to a fault. So perhaps that's why I disagree with them a lot. Because I think Man United have, improved a little bit. I think we've turned a corner over the past few weeks, and I've said this before in other videos, but I'm going to say it again. After the Arsenal game a few weeks back, I felt as though there was a shift, and I've seen it in every game since, that they just seem to know how to play this system more and more. And Dorgu's made a big difference. Now, he's not a world beater, I'm not saying that, but tactically he's made a difference. He's provided more width, and he's more of a threat down that left flank than what Dalot was when he played there. And his crossing's getting better. So he'll kick on, and but he's just got no one to pass to in up front. So we need someone a little bit more clinical to take the pressure off Højlund and Xerxes. I think they've got a future at the club, and we've got Bruno, obviously. Garnacho has kicked on. His attitude's better. Is he worth a sacrifice to get someone else in? Maybe. Would he be a miss? I don't know. The fans would certainly miss singing Viva Garnacho, I'll say that. But yeah, I agree with Gary's sentiment that we do need reinforcements, but I don't think it's as dramatic in what he's making out. But who am I? I'm a YouTuber. I'm the Big D. I pay my money to go and watch United, and I make money by commenting on Man United. It's very cyclical. But anyway, what do you guys think? I want to know what's on your mind, fans, because at the end of the day, it's fans like you and it's fans like me that make sure that those players are living in luxury. At the very least, they can, put the effort in and listen to what we have to say, and it starts by you making a comment in the comment section. So please, Big D always reads the comments, and he's always interested in what is on your mind. See you in the next one.